So, hey, y'all, hey, good morning, and welcome to another session of Meditations with Marigny. And today is Tuesday, January the 20th, 2026. Sometimes I like to give the date on my videos so that as they're being watched in the years to come, people will know like when this word or whatever that was, when it came forth. But I hope that everybody is having an awesome day so far. And I hope that you are enjoying your day so far. So yesterday, for those of you that follow my channel, if you don't follow, I'd love for you to click like, I'd love for you to share, and I'd love for you to subscribe. But and if you do follow, I want you to like it. I want you to share it and ask a friend to subscribe. So for those of you that follow my channel, on yesterday, you know that I had a flat tire. And with that flat tire, let me just make sure this mic is on, y'all, because I was talking a few minutes ago. I had started a video, didn't have the mic on. And I had a flat tire. And this morning, as I was driving in, I was thinking about the tire. But I want to associate, you can see the tire right there. You look right there in the corner, you see it. It's in the back. It's back there, sitting, looking at me, saying, lady, what are you going to do? But I was thinking about the flat tire, and y'all know I'm always loop it back to relationships. And I was thinking about a relationship. So currently, my vehicle is not riding smoothly because I have a tire on here, and the blessing in my car is that you don't have a donut. Like, I have a full tire that is on the car. But however, it's not the original tire that's from the manufacturer. It is not the tire that is warranted to be on the car consistently. That tire is made to fill in whenever the original tire is not available. And I want to tie that into how our relationships can go through challenges, can go through changes, and we don't make sure that we get them back to their original state. Now, it takes a lot to review your relationship, to look at it, to see where you need to make changes, make adjustments, and assure that you are keeping it at a capacity that it is operating in the standard of what the original manufacturer made it. And when we think about husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church, right? And then we think about wives, submit yourselves unto your husband. And most people don't really like to use that scripture. But if we go back to the state that the original manufacturer put us in, that's when we will win. When we find that our relationship has had a flat tire, or we find that it needs to go and get plugged in order to put the original tire back on the car, we have to do the work in order to do that. On yesterday, I shared with you guys, I said I was going to come back and do another video, but I didn't. And I didn't because I was just in such a salty place. I really kind of just went home after I dealt with Honda because the service manager was not there. And though they had in the system that they could show that I had purchased a new tire, the sales rep said that he could see that it was a brand new tire. He could not identify whether or not it was the tire that I purchased the last time. So therefore, he didn't want to give me the warranty. And as I shared with him, with my 30 years of customer service, that's ludicrous. Why would you not, when you can look at the tire and you can tell that it's not a used tire? You can tell that the tire is still brand new. And that's another one of those things that I feel that people do to women that they would not do to a man. I felt very uncovered on yesterday. I felt very alone. I felt like, had my husband been there, that guy would have changed the tire on my car. But he was going to really insist that I go ahead and get this new $300 and something tire, because that's about what it's going to run, about $325 to put it on the car, to purchase the tire and have them to put it on the car. I know for a fact that I called a couple of my male friends or called my brother, or had I had a man in my life, that right there wouldn't have happened, because a man is not getting ready to pay for that tire, and neither am I. I am going to wait until till the manager comes back, and then I'm gonna have to go back and deal with him, and I probably will ask my brother to go with me. But my point is feeling protected and also going back to the original state of what the manufacturer had. I could continue to ride around on this tire that I have for an extended period of time. Like, the tire on my car is made that you can drive it for a while. Like, you can go 60, 70 miles an hour with this tire. But I can tell the difference simply because I am the original owner of this car. Because I am, well, I won't say original owner, because I am the one that's driving this vehicle all the time. I can tell the difference in the ride. I can tell the difference in, golly, y'all, they cutting the grass and my sinuses is screaming right now. But I can tell the difference in my car not riding the same as it would when it has the manufacturer original tires on it. And in our relationships, we have to be in tune enough with those relationships to be able to do the same thing. You know when your relationship is off balance. You know when your husband is not pleased. You know when your wife is agitated about something. It's up to you to then do what needs to be done to make sure that you get the car operating back the way that it needs to be. It's up to you to make sure that you get that relationship back on track. And you have to put in the work. I will say, ladies, again, many of you know that my channel comes from a perspective of I spend a lot of time with men in the barbershop, in the pool hall. And what I will say to you is that when your husband is talking, when he is speaking, when he is telling you that I got a problem with this, when he begins to verbalize it, because one thing about men, I'm telling y'all right now, most men, if it's a woman that he loves, he ain't really finna say a whole lot of nothing about nothing. He's going to really kind of just take one for the team. He going to keep going, because most men will find contentment in their relationship. But if you have your husband and he is verbalizing to you that I have a problem with this, like this has been going on consistently and I'm expecting for you to move in this direction, it's just like this tire. This tire is not going to be able to be suitable for this vehicle for long term. It is suitable for right now. But I have to listen to I got lights and everything on the dashboard telling me that there is something going on with that tire. And our relationships are the same way. When we go into nonverbal spaces in our relationships, like, I do not like walking around and not talking. I do not, it's a very uncomfortable place for me. And so I try to just squash it. Hey, baby, what's wrong? Like, let's talk about it and let's get to the bottom of it. And then let's get through this. Like, we might can walk around one day and we not talking. But I always look at it from this perspective, y'all. If I walk out the door and that's my last time seeing my mate, and something happens to them or something happens to me in the process of our day, I don't want that to be the last moment that I had with them. So when I left out the house this morning, and I'm gonna close this out. And basically all I'm saying to you is do the work to make sure that you get your relationship back on track, or that you make a decision. Like, let 2026 be a decision that you say, hey, this is the year that either we're gonna fix this, or this is the year that we're gonna go ahead and dissolve it. And I'm not an advocate for divorce, but I am not an advocate for people who are staying in unhealthy relationships. There are too many people dropping dead, too many people not waking up in the mornings because they are overwhelmed and stressed out from people that they are in relationships with, and they are concerned about what their family and their friends and everybody is going to have to say, and they're not thinking about their overall health. But I want to go back to when you walk out the door, not allowing that to be the last thing that you say. So this morning when I left, I typically tell my kids that I love them. You know, like whenever I talk to them, I say, love you much, or I love you, or something like that. And this morning when I was leaving out, I was telling my son he needed a physical. He done messed around and not got the physical, and now he got to get one. So I was able to get him an appointment this morning for 9:30. So I woke him up because he doesn't have to be to school till like 11:30. And I said, hey, that appointment is at 9:30. He was like, okay, thank you, Mom. You know, and so I heard him say thank you. And then I heard him yell something else. And I was like, what? And I'm like grabbing my bag. I'm running out the house. I said, what? And he said it the first time. And he said, I love you, Mom. And I said, what? What did you say? He said, I said, I love you, Mom. And I'm saying that to you because you can change or set the tone for your relationship. And ladies, it is my firm belief that we establish the temperature in the household. If your husband is a good man, he is a man that takes care of you, he is providing for you, he does what needs to be done. It's just really a matter of you sitting down and talking to him to find out what his needs are. And I guarantee you that the list that he's going to give you is not going to be nearly as long as the list that you would give him. And most women do not want to hear that. But the truth of the matter is, most men that love a woman, he's a very easy guy. It don't take a whole lot to please him when it comes to her. Now, it might take a lot to please him when it comes to somebody else. But when it comes to her, and so as I'm on this journey, that's one of the things that I'm looking to. I'm looking to see, how can I please him? Because I feel like the expectations are going to be so minimal that it's going to be easy for me to meet whatever it is that he feels like he needs in order to be satisfied within the relationship. So if you feel like your tire might be flat in your marriage, or maybe you hit a bump like I did yesterday, it's a little hole in the tire, a hole about that big, y'all. It's a hole in the tire. And it's gonna have to be it can't be plugged because I rolled on it. I didn't try to, but you gotta either take it to the shop and get it fixed. You gotta get it plugged, or you gotta get a new tire. And then you gotta put the tire on the vehicle. You gotta put it back on the car. You gotta put it back on the relationship and make sure that you are regulated to what the original manufacturer meant for you to have in that relationship. All right, y'all. Love y'all much. I'm here a little bit early, so I was able to do what I do with y'all, get my video in, and now I'm going to get inside and go see my little kiddos. Have an awesome day. Bye.